Have you ever seen a picture of something so perfect, so iconic, you just have to see it with your own eyes? That's Mount Fuji for me. You're in Tokyo, one of the most exciting, buzzing electric cities on the planet. The lights, the sounds, the ramen. Oh, the ramen. But then you see a postcard, or you look out a tall building on a super clear day, and there it is. This majestic snow-capped giant just sitting there on the horizon, looking all peaceful and wise. It's like the universe is winking at you, saying, hey, come on over, the city is great, but I've got a whole different kind of show for you. It's a real-life work of art. That feeling, my friends, is an invitation. It's a call to adventure, and the best part, you don't need to be a super explorer to answer it. You can do it in a day. A day. Wake up in Tokyo's beautiful chaos train or express travel heading west from Tokyo. Okay, so you're ready to go. Fantastic. But when should you go? This is important because Fuji-san can be a little shy sometimes. He likes to hide behind clouds. To give yourself the best chance of seeing that beautiful clear view, you want to pick your season wisely. The absolute best time, the gold star A+ period, is from late autumn through winter. Late autumn winter, I'm talking about October to February. October, November, December, January, February. Why? The air is colder, drier, and way less hazy. Colder, drier, less hazy. This means your chances of a crisp, clear, postcard-perfect view are super high. Plus, the snowcap is usually thick and gorgeous then. It's chilly, sure, but just bundle up. Now, spring is also a contender, a big one. Imagine this: Mount Fuji in the background, and in the foreground, cherry blossoms. Late March, April. All right, let's talk logistics. How do we get from the neon jungle of Tokyo to the peaceful giant? You've got options, my friend. Option 1, train. I love Japanese trains. Clean. On time to the second. A show in themselves. JR Chuo line from Shinjuku Station. Arrive Otsuki Station. Hop the Fuji-Q railway line. Arrive Kawaguchiko. Fuji 5 Lakes. A beautiful countryside ride. Option 2, highway bus. Easy and often the most direct. Depart from Busta Shinjuku straight to Kawaguchiko, no transfers. Sit back and watch city turn to rolling hills. The grand reveal of the mountain through the window. Option 3, guided day tour. They'll pick you up in Tokyo, take you to the best photo spots and probably include lunch. Drop you back at day's end, hassle-free. Each way has its own charm. Okay, let's talk money. The fun stuff. How much is this adventure going to cost? If you choose the train, the cost can vary a bit. The trip from Shinjuku to Otsuki on the JR line and then the Fuji-Q railway to Kawaguchiko will probably run you about 2,500 to 4,000 yen each way. That's roughly $17 to $27. If you have a Japan Rail Pass, it will cover the JR portion of the trip, but you'll still have to pay for the Fuji-Q railway part separately. It's a beautiful ride, and for that price, it's a pretty good deal for a few hours of scenic travel. Now what about the bus? The highway bus is usually the champion of budget travel. It's fantastic. A one-way ticket from Shinjuku to Kawaguchiko typically costs around 2,000 to 2,200 yen. That's like what, $13 to $15? For a direct, comfortable 2-hour ride with no transfers? That's a bargain. You can book your tickets online in advance, which I highly recommend, especially if you're traveling on a weekend or holiday. The buses fill up fast because it's such a popular and affordable option. For the price of a nice lunch in Tokyo, you can get yourself to the foot of a volcano. I love it. And our third option, the all-inclusive guided tour. Oh, the sights! Once you're there, where do you go? What do you see? Oh, you are in for a treat. The most famous photo spot, the one you've probably seen a million times online, is the Chureito Pagoda. And let me tell you, it lives up to the hype. You have to climb about 400 steps to get up there, so it's a little bit of a workout. But when you reach the top and turn around, wow, you see this beautiful 5-story red pagoda, and perfectly framed behind it is Mount Fuji. It's breathtaking. Go early in the morning to get the best light and avoid the biggest crowds. Next up, you have to visit Lake Kawaguchi, one of the famous Fuji 5 lakes. It's the most accessible and has some of the most stunning views of the mountain. You can just walk along the northern shore of the lake and find a million perfect spots for photos. The reflection of Mount Fuji in the calm water of the lake is just chef's kiss. You can also take a boat cruise on the lake or ride the Mount Fuji panoramic ropeway up a nearby mountain for an even higher, more spectacular vantage point. Another fantastic spot is the Oishi Park, which is also on the northern shore of Lake Kawaguchi. You know me, a trip isn't a trip without trying the local food. And the Fuji area has its own delicious specialty you have to try. It's called Hodo Futo. It's not ramen, it's not udon, it's its own wonderful thing. Imagine a hearty miso-based soup flat, wide dumpling-like noodles, kabocha squash potatoes, carrots, mushrooms cooked together in an iron pot served bubbling hot. It is the definition of comfort food. On a cool day, after walking around, sitting down to a steaming bowl of hodo is pure bliss. It's warm, it's savory, it's filling. It's like a hug in a bowl. There are restaurants all around Lake Kawaguchi that specialize in hodo. Look for a place called Hodo Fudo. They have a few locations, including one near the station that's shaped like a big white cloud. You can't miss it. Before you run out the door, let me give you a few little tips to make your day trip smoother and even more enjoyable. First, and this is a big one, check the weather and the live webcams before you go. Mount Fuji is notorious for hiding behind clouds. You could go all the way there and see nothing but a wall of gray. So, the morning of your trip, look up a live webcam of Lake Kawaguchi. If you see the mountain clearly on the camera, go. If it's completely socked in, you might want to consider rescheduling if you can. It's a little bit of homework that can save you a lot of disappointment. Second, let's talk about timing and crowds. This place is popular, very popular. To have the best experience, try to go on a weekday instead of a weekend if your schedule allows. And no matter which day you go, start early. I'm talking about catching one of the first buses or trains out of Tokyo. This way you'll arrive at the key photo spots like the Chureito Pagoda before the big tour buses show up around mid-morning. An early start means more peaceful views and better photos. You can always nap on the bus ride home. What should you pack for the day? Keep it simple, but be prepared. The weather at the base of the mountain can be very different from Tokyo, and it can change quickly. It's almost always a few degrees cooler, so even on a warm day, bring layers. I have to tell you about my moment. Everyone who visits has one. It's that personal, quiet little memory that becomes the highlight of the whole day. For me, it wasn't at the most famous photo spot. It wasn't even when I was eating that incredible hodo futo, though that was close. It happened in the late afternoon. The main crowds had started to head back to their buses. I was walking a quiet path by the edge of Lake Kawaguchi, away from the main tourist area. I didn't have a destination, I was just wandering. The air was getting cooler. The lake was perfectly still, like a sheet of glass. The sun dipped lower, casting a warm, golden glow on everything. And there was Mount Fuji, reflected in the water. It wasn't just a reflection, it was a perfect mirror image. An upside-down mountain floating in the lake. There was no wind, not a single ripple. The only sound was the distant caw of a crow. It was so quiet, so peaceful. In that moment, it felt like the whole world had stopped, just for me. That's the memory I took home with me. So, what are you waiting for? You have the map, you have the tips, you know what to eat. I know Tokyo is amazing. You could spend a lifetime exploring that city and never see it all. But I'm telling you, taking one day to step outside, to go on this little adventure will enrich your whole trip. It gives you perspective, it gives you fresh air, it gives you a story to tell. A reminder of Japan's diversity, bustling cities and silent, sacred mountains. It's a perfect day. Don't be intimidated by the planning, it's easier than it looks. Hop on a bus, take the train, join a tour. The journey is part of the fun. Think of it as a mini pilgrimage. A pilgrimage to see a natural wonder. A pilgrimage to find amazing noodles. It's inspired poets, artists, and travelers for centuries. And now, it's your turn to be inspired. It's your turn to stand in front of that majestic peak and just say, wow. Travel is collecting moments. It's about filling your life with experiences that make you smile when you think back on them. A day trip to Mount Fuji is a guaranteed way to collect a whole bunch of those moments. The excitement of the journey,